Welcome back, everybody. Today, we have another Chat Chooses the Hero game, where chat chose Chenvalla again. Now, we've done really well with Chenvalla, not gonna lie, but the hero is arguably one of the worst heroes in the game. Statistically, the second worst hero in the game at high MMR. Chat likes trolling, but unfortunately for chat, Chenvalla's been working out for us. We've played 7 games of Chenvalla at the time of recording this video, with a 1.7 average. Well, this is one of them. One of the carry games. Turns out when you get a lot of elementals early, you can blow out a lobby. We showed a Chenvalla game a few days ago. That was effectively the opposite of this Chenvalla game. The one a few days ago was like, don't overcommit in elementals, use them for scaling, use them for power leveling, but don't get suckered into buying too many of them. This one's the opposite. This is, hey look, a bunch of elementals, let's level to 6. Turns out, when it's super cheap to level in 6, and you're faster than Omu at power leveling, that, yeah, you can blow out some lobbies. Yep, Chenvalla is capable of high rolling, we've known that all along. But weird enough, she seems to be relatively consistent this meta too. Interesting. I want to play it more. Alright, enjoy. As of the last, whatever, the chat chooses the hero, we've yet to get to a position where we're really struggling too much, so that's good. I mean, I don't have much to say. That's good.
You know,
we got an elemental.
Excuse me. A damn fine cup of coffee.
I kind of have this like internal goal that hit leaderboard with chat chooses the hero, and then start doing a little bit more seriousness. At the bottom of the leaderboard at the moment is, on America's, 10.5, so we still got a long ways to go for that. Muhahaha. 10.5. By the time we get there, it'll probably be like 10.8. Then again, we gained 500 yesterday, even with a 3.8 average, so we're slowly climbing.
Once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it. Don't wait.
What are these, Bob?
Just let it happen. It could be a new shirt at the men's store, a catnap in your office chair,
Better.
or 2 cups of good hot black coffee, like this. A present, like Christmas.
So we buy roll, and if we see an elemental, we play the anomaly before. If we don't see an elemental, do we risk the roll? We could just level, then play it, keep the banked roll for the next turn. A little awkward, right? Still a really good hit. It's a 2/5, right? It's a pair on the board. It's an elemental, so it's effectively 1 gold cheaper. Oh, that's cool. Don't mind me over here just trying to earn an honest living, but nice giant tormented ritualist there, Edwin. Like, damn, dude. Alright, if we play this first, we level, then we roll, and we have 3 gold floating. Otherwise, we just level first, play it, discount the next tier. I think we take the risk. Rewarded. I think we need another minion regardless. We're falling behind on tempo, and we don't want to level the following turn. I mean, if we find an elemental here, we can potentially level next turn, especially if we find, like, refreshing anomaly. What would we do if we found refreshing anomaly? We'd level, we double sell this, then we buy anomaly and take a 5-star. Seems a little sus. A little sus. Quite sussy. This one. No. Meh. Tolerable. Damn. Now, do we do anything different? Do we level here? I'll take gold. We don't get stronger leveling, and by taking gold, we just leave ourselves in a position where we can potentially take advantage of a triple as well. So we're just the same strength. We're down on 3 instead of 4, but we haven't committed any of the gold here. The 3 gold from this or the 3 gold from this to level up. Two tavern powers or hero powers would make an amazing tavern brawl. It would be a lot of fun. It'd be nice to have some variable rules in like a loose, like unranked mode or something. Just for fun, you know, tavern brawl that we have for constructed. Doing something like that. Is it a mistake to take the reborn triple? Yeah, probably. It's too expensive. It's 6 gold for a 5-star. We have to freeze a board as well for it. Like I said, I obviously didn't really give it the time of day. Just too expensive, and it's a temporary minion. So all we're getting is a 5-star for that cost, and it's pretty expensive. Of results, that's as good as that gets. This skin is way too intimidating for this hero. Muhahaha. Meh. We can do better. Do this first. Make sure we get permanent stats. Okay. Good triple sell for egg. Or we can just roll. Now we could triple sell for Cyclone. I think I'd rather play for triples. Two elementals is hard to pass on. But I think I'm gonna pass on them. Like, this one's good. This one's meh. It's too late. But I think you play for the triple. We have 2 pairs. And if we just freeze the board and buy up everything, then we can't play for triples next turn. I think it's the biggest problem that I have playing Chenvalla, and I think this is probably a common problem with people playing Chenvalla, is that you overcommit into the hero power, and you give up what are just good lines in general in the game. Like, I choose to do things like buy and cycle elementals for discounts instead of just buying good minions. In that scenario, it's a question of, do you want to discount your tavern tier by taking elementals, or do you want to play for a triple, and if we find the triple, we take a 6-star. God forbid we find the triple. It's in our pair. You suck. You're killing me, game. Like, I'm dying over here. Should just take the triples. No, we should just hit a triple. Obviously, when you miss, but in this kind of situation, what are you getting by cycling a couple elementals? We discount the tavern tier to 2. We level up to 5, and we'll just end our turn.
What is it with you rock and rollers? You can afford
It's kind of like those bait turns where you're like, do I just level to 5 here? Usually the answer is no. You stay on 4. If you don't have enough direction, you're not tripling in the 6s. Yeah, 4 pairs. 4 pairs and enough elementals to discount the tavern tier to 1 next turn. Like, if we can't get a 6-star next turn, then we should quit the game. Like, damn. I've seen worse hits. I have also seen better. Coin flip for the tie there at the end. You ready to play the Griffin already? Yeah, I played it a couple times. It's really strong. Hey, look at that. I'm gonna roll and look for the other triple. Look at that. Without breaking a pair, we can't play the other droplet on the board. Reaper's an 8-8. 9-9 minimum this turn. We also have 2 free rerolls here. Rag, not Reaper. Rag. I saw the guff. It is very, or Hamuul, that's what I meant. The Hamuul is very tempting. I want this. I want to play... Actually, I don't. I want to level right before Hamuul. What a turn. Yeah, what a turn. Elementals in general, man. Like, helps hitting runner, little rag. Then again, any combination of little rag and Gar is probably enough to secure this round. Yo, Jay Bigums. It does seem like we have a shot here. No Murloc lobby, triple little rag. It feels like this is a good turn. Well, we can't play 3 elementals before leveling, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to level. I'm going to play Hamuul. Be a little disappointed. No good 6 stars. We have this. We didn't find this triple. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Littering the board with stats and looking for this pair eventually. We can play this through. We can play this through. If we miss on this, we'd have to sell like Party Elemental to play it down to 6. Which doesn't seem terrible. Okay, that seems better. That seems better. So my thought process there was... A. We have an odd amount of gold. We can play down the 6 minions to play 3 things, which would involve cycling 2 Arcane Assistants through and ending on Genie. We'd probably end up breaking Party Elemental. If we do that, we lead with Stasis Elemental so we can see if something changes. If you get this triple, you get this triple or this triple, that changes things. If you get Gar or Little Rag, that changes things. So we look at that first, and once we get into that commanding position, then we deal with this afterwards. We probably break Party Elemental next turn. There's no real reason to keep it around. Maybe this is a Party Elemental. It's a party! No real reason to keep it, he says. I'll show you, says Party Elemental. Maybe it's a Party Elemental. Looks like it's a Party Elemental. First, second. Third. Fire Reaper's so hard to use here. Dude. These aren't even elementals. It's a 6/6 buff. Kind of have bigger fish to fry. Where is he? There he is. Know me. Okay, game. Okay, game. Alright, well. I remember when there were elementals in this game. Back in the early days. Yeah, Foe Reaper's theoretically great with Little Rag, right? Because you can just get a bunch of buffs on it. But if we don't have Bran, or we don't have, like, some way of generating a bunch of elementals, it's just going to be a 6 damage cleave that maybe gets 1 buff at some point. And I'm not going to spend, like, commit to that kind of board. Oop. Wait, was he emoting me because he thought he was strong? I think he was emoting me as BM, and then he's he fucking emoted as BM. I thought he emoted because he realized I was too strong, because, you know, 6 triples. Yeah, I mean, I think he probably realizes I'm too strong. Hopefully. Plus, I know that name. That guy's never been a BMer before. Alright, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna roll. We're gonna find nothing. Party Elemental is not worth playing. That is, potentially. Or at least worth buying. Where is Gar? Where is Wallace? Okay. We don't really need to roll. We're just gonna cycle through this spot next turn, right? Yeah, Stu Baby's not a BMer. I just thought it was funny. I was like, the reaction immediately afterwards was, you know, the panda. It's funny. It's not too late for Nomi. Gar, Hamuul, yeah, we're missing on what we need on 6, but we're in a stable position as a Chenvalla. Dude, Chenvalla's our secret weapon. Don't doubt the Chenvalla. We have like a 2.5 average on it this season. Chenvalla. Paying dividends. The ghoul. But nothing else was going to do anything this game. And if even had 1 Divine Shield, even if he had 1 Divine Shield, I can't speak today. Then comes out net positive. He high rolled to live. You have to play this guy? Oh! How nice of you to join us. Well, I mean, if we're gonna play Gar... I really want that ghoul eventually, but... pretty sure the alternative is just put the stats on the fucking board. You ever drop Genie at this point? I think we do, actually. Alright, first, then... naturally, Genie gets buffed. I wanted the Gar hit points. But, you know. If it can happen, it will happen. We don't know what good elementals look like. That's the truth. We can't seem to figure it out. Meh. Faceless is okay. The only one that's useful is Gar. Everything else on the board is a triple. Isn't Shielded Foe worth it here? No, not even close. Nah. What are you doing? You're selling somewhere in the ballpark of 20 stats off the board, not to mention not playing Eliza, to have a 8 damage cleave. Divine Shield. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Just get lucky that the cycle spot that it now has to be a real minion buffs the Foe Reaper a couple times and you get maybe a 20 damage cleave? Like, the game's not nearly long enough to try for a line like that. Uh-huh. He's back. So we were saying before, like, theoretically Foe Reaper makes a lot of sense with Golden Little Rag, but we don't have brand, we don't have any generation, so we have nothing. Nothing actually pays dividends there. Difference is just the golden molten rock, so I guess it's about, and 3 gold. You have to buy the module. It's golden molten rock plus module. Plus stats on Gar. Because you sell the molten rock. And like, none of these guys really say we need a small cleave in an early position. What we really want is Ghoul to beat this guy, and this guy needs to be big stats. So the cost is pretty high, is really what I'm saying. Damn. 2 out of 3 to kill him there at the end. But we get a ghost. They get to fight each other. Who wins between the two of them? Depends if he has a ghoul or not. Alright, we can hold the ghoul. That way we actually have the ability to cycle with, I don't know, our boy? Hamuul? Why is it never Gar? It's too late to be playing like a copy of Little Rag into Little Rag or something. I mean, it's 1,000,000 stats for Gar. That's kind of cool. I think we let the rest of it go. We're fine against them, right? Making sure. Yeah. They're just not valuable enough to take. M has, she has brought light to the darkness. Alright, we're just gonna be bright in here for a minute. Alright, glad we kept the ghoul. I mean, this is cute, but we're not gonna do that because we have golden faceless. Or golden Murzin. Interesting. This could actually take a spot here pretty easily. Especially if we get a golden one. We'll take the stats for sure. Gar health. Nadina. I want the secondary taunt. This one over the little wildfire. Prevents us from just getting... whatever the fuck it's called. Getting fucked. Nah, I'm just getting spored. Plus we have Ghoul though, so it's a good way to play around it. Pretty sure there's an opportunity to play foe module when you tripled rocks, a major upside? No, it's not. I think you're both heavily prioritizing an idealized version of what that Foe Reaper looks like, and not thinking about what the average result of that Foe Reaper looks like. We don't need to risk putting a bad minion on the board to put a mediocre minion into our late game composition. Like, we cycle somewhere in the ballpark of maybe 50-50 stats littered across the board from Little Rag and the remainder of that game, with a 1 in 7 chance of hitting Foe Reaper. So you get something like a 7/7 buff on average across your units. So you're committing a shitload of gold, the Foe Reaper, selling off another unit, and in the process having to buy the module. And what you're getting is approximately a 13-13 cleave. Or 15-15 cleave. Whatever. 15 damage cleave. Like, it's irrelevant in this game. Not to mention we're prioritizing playing Ghoul for the rest of the game. Why do we want a Divine Shield cleave that has to be after a Ghoul? Like, neither of them make much sense in that scenario. It's not free. There's an opportunity cost. And the opportunity cost is 3 gold. And that's usually, let's call it a 3-star elemental. You're choosing to lose 6 stats to put a minion on the board that plays counter to what your win condition is. There's an idealized viewpoint here that's like, oh yeah, Little Rag plus good minions on the board is better than Little Rag and random elementals. But that's not the scope of the game that we play. Like, that game is over before you get to that point, and if you make yourself weak in the short term, then you're weaker on relevant turns, and you're strong on turns that don't exist. TLDR of what I'm thinking there.